Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach, and welcome to a video that I may well regret in the future. Now, there has been much discussion on this channel about my lack of Macrae and lack of Lloyd in my team, and I've stood by it, but I thought I'd put my money where my mouth is. And by money, maybe I mean integrity or pride. We'll see how we go. But I've often made a few big calls, you know, don't get Doherty or Dangerfield or Ablett, they're too expensive. Sometimes I've been right, sometimes I've been wrong. But the Macrae thing being a lock has got to me. I just don't think he is a lock. I think he's had one outstanding season, and it was outstanding, don't get me wrong. But I don't think he is an out-and-out lock. And the same can be said with Lloyd. He churned over a number of seasons where he just didn't have the ceiling. Then he went bang, averaged 112 or what it was. I just don't think at that price, both the guys who have only had one super premium season, Lloyd's only had one premium season, and Macrae probably another couple, but only another one. I don't think he's had another one over 110. So this is the reason I made a video, is why I'm not going with Macrae and Lloyd. And I just don't think that they will be able to back up those sort of numbers. It's not to say that I don't think they'll have a good season. I think they'll have very good seasons, but I reckon there's more reliable guys and guys who are priced a bit better that we can snap up. So the point of this video, which I've alluded to in some podcasts and previous videos, I wanted to actually have some weight on the actual statement. You know, you say these comments pre-season and people forget about them and you never quite get held accountable. So I wanted to have something actually weighing on it. Now, I'll give a bit of a line market, an over and under if you like, and if Macrae and Lloyd exceed those numbers, which I'll reveal in a moment, then Shorty's going to have to do a goal kicking video in fairly questionable attire, and I'll leave that up to you. Feel free to comment if I do get both of these wrong, what you might like to see me do it in. Don't get too freaky, but maybe Shorty's going to do a goal kicking challenge in a mankini or some sort of weird attire. I haven't really thought too hard about it, but I thought you guys might have a little bit of fun with it. But keep it PG rated, for God's sake. There's some young people that watch this channel, but I thought that'd be just a bit of fun. We could sort of follow it throughout the season and really, you know, keep tabs on how they're going. So what are the numbers you say? I'm talking Macrae 115, and I'm talking Lloyd 105 average. Now, if Macrae and Lloyd average more than 115 and 105 respectively, you know, we end the season and Macrae's averaged 118.4 and Lloyd's come out and backed it up nicely. He's averaged 107.2. Then Shorty's heading down to Deakin or the Falcons and putting on something. And gee, I hope you guys are kind. I'm not sure how we're going to work that out. We'll have to see how we go, and I'll round up a couple of my mates and we'll see how we go. But I thought I'd put my money where my mouth is, because I have been pretty big on these calls, and I do stand by it. I genuinely do feel that Macrae is just far too expensive for a guy who's produced that just the once. And Liberatore coming back, and the Dogs have historically been a tough side to get a read on over the last few years. And Lloyd, I just think as a defender, defenders have proven very up and down at times. And, you know, Mills is back. How does that affect him? I think he's going to have a great season, obviously. But the fact that I think he'd only averaged high 80s, maybe early 90s prior to this, you know, I've got my concerns spending so much money. What do I actually think they're going to average? If I'm predicting, I think Lloyd will be probably around the 102 to 104 mark, which is an extremely good average. And Macrae, honestly, probably feel he'll be anywhere from the 112 to 118, maybe 116. So I think I'm being somewhat generous with my margins. You know, I think I'm fairly confident with the Lloyd one being 105. The Macrae one, I might have some nervous moments throughout the season, but it'll give us something to keep tabs on, and I'm sure you'll give me a bit of flack when one of them goes big and all of a sudden I'm, you know, head along to the op shop and looking for some freaky attire. But look, give me some comments, let me know your thoughts on it, and I hope this can create a little bit of banter to follow throughout the season. Cheers.